So what can I do on my mobile with Office 365? Let's start with Teams. So we're in Teams, and first thing, what I can do when I'm joining a team from my smartphone, I can join, and from the Teams app, mobile app, I can for sure join the meeting, but I can share my screen. That's what I did here. I shared shared, and there was my screen, but I can also share a photo, share video, share PowerPoint. Here I'm sharing my screen, so now you can see what I can do on my mobile. So within the meeting, I can chat. So whatever I want to do, I can add GIFs. Apparently, it's contextual. So I can chat. I can attach document. The usual stuff you're doing during a meeting. So I will rejoin the meeting. I can add people. I can share what I told you. I can turn on the live caption so I can hear what my counterpart is saying. And I have transcripts. So you have access to a lot of feature. You can raise your hand. So really, the Teams client is really rich. You can do, I guess, you can do all the things you need to do while being mobile. So that's in a meeting experience. Now, if I switch to the Teams client, so I can, of course, I can have access to my Teams. I can browse my Teams. I can check what's going on in my team. I can reply. When I reply, I can mention somebody, can notify somebody in the channel. I can chat. I can see, just like you will do it in your desktop, on your desktop, or in the browser. You can check my activities. You can search words, people, find the right meeting, whatever it is, correspond, the message, the files. So I can browse everything, just like if I was on my computer. I can see, of course, my calendar. And what is interesting, you might not know that, but you have access to Cortana now. So when you look at if you don't have Cortana enabled, you need to go to settings and then to Cortana and activate it and choose the voice, male or female. And then when you're, for example, in a chat, you can ask a question to Cortana. So, for example, you can say, what is my next meeting? And then you can join it. So you can be hand-free for a few features in using Cortana. And basically you can do almost everything, even post a document, share a document. Everything is integrated. So that's pretty amazing. So that's Teams. Teams really powerful, even on the mobile. What else? So basically, quite frankly, I'm using Teams and Outlook. I'm using Teams even at home because it's like a second screen. So sometimes you need to check quickly a message during a meeting, and you don't want to be out of your computer or your full screen, so you can see, for example, if you're alone to animate a meeting, then you can activate the chat to the meeting in Teams on your mobile, and then see all the questions while being on the screen, showing something. And the second one is Outlook. So I don't think you need to see Outlook. You can federate your private email and enterprise email. You can have access to your calendar. The experience is pretty good. I don't think there's much to say about Outlook. I think everybody knows Outlook. So that there are the main two. I'm not using OneDrive because I store mostly everything in Teams now, but I could. But I wanted to show you maybe a few other apps that I like. For example, SharePoint. I like the SharePoint mobile experience because I can see all the news coming from all the website, the communication site, SharePoint communication site that I'm part of, so I can see the latest news. That's pretty cool. I can search for things. I can search for a person. I can search for a site. I can search for a document. For example, here I can find my document. I can open the document directly from my search. So basically, you have in the pocket your Office 365 search engine with this application, and you can have access to all the documents that are stored in SharePoint. So I need to sign in because I just reset my password, so I cannot show you that right now. But I want so SharePoint is pretty good, pretty impressive. Too, you can also look at what are my recent documents I worked on. In the find, you can also find for a person, and you can see the person contact, and also you can see the document the person is sharing with you, and you can see the latest email. So pretty interesting. I'm not using it all the time, except when I'm really mobile and I need to search something pretty quickly. But I use it to browse the latest news. So that was the second app. Teams and SharePoint Mobile. I don't know if you use Office. I don't use it very often, but it's good to know that you can use this application to do several things, like convert a text to an image to a table, especially if you have a table to scan on a piece of paper, for example. You can sign a PDF. You can scan a QR code. So if you don't have a QR code application, then you have one here. So there are other features that you can use, and you can see also the same way you can see some sort of dashboard that you have in Office 365 with what are the documents from today, yesterday, and the main information. You can browse pretty quickly and you can navigate. I'm not using it very often. I must confess that I tried it when it was launched. I think the experience is amazing, but from what I'm doing, I'm not using it. I don't need it because I don't do that kind of stuff. I use Power Apps. I got in the Power Apps, and here's my app that I developed, and it's just a simple app where I can select an item and say if it's broken, take a picture and send it. And actually it sends it to it sends it to a SharePoint list, and it sends a notification in Teams, and there's a process behind it. I just played with that. So you can have your Power Apps also on your mobile phone. And the last one I wanted to show you, I think it's not really well known, is Lens. And I just want to show you an example. So with Lens, you can capture a text, for example, a piece of paper, or you can say what you want. You can say if it's a document, it's a business card, it's a whiteboard, and there's some intelligence behind the scene. So for example, I can try to capture that. Then he asks me, is it the correct document? I say confirm, and I'm done. And now what I can do, which is really impressive to me, I can read it out loud. So it recognizes the text embedded in the image, because it's an image, because I just took a picture, and then it can read it to me out loud. So you can hear a bit. Oh, but yeah, it's reading it out loud. And what is really cool is I can even, I think I can translate it somewhere. So let's redo it. And the option, I can say somewhere, yeah, translate the document to French. So now I have the same document in French, and I can ask my phone to read it. So imagine all you can do if you're working with somebody who's not really familiar with English, and you have a paper for them to sign, and they don't understand what it is. So you just do what I did, and you translate it, and you play it, and so now they can sign it. So it's an application that doesn't come with Office 365. It's more an extension, even though you can store things in OneDrive, OneNote, etc. But it's part of Office applications. So I thought I will show you that. And also, there are other applications like Power BI I don't use because I'm not a data cruncher. But that was a quick tour of Teams. Pretty powerful. I use it every day. Outlook for sure, I use it every day too. Unfortunately, SharePoint from time to time. And I think other apps have more interest in particular environments. That's why I showed them to you. Hope it was helpful.